American Freak Show, the completely fabricated stories of our new national treasures. By Willie Geist. Narrated by Johnny Heller and Joanna Perrin. Copyright 2010, William R. Geist. This unabridged audiobook is published by arrangement with Hyperion and was produced in the year 2010 by Tantor Media Incorporated, which holds the copyright thereto. Introduction. I was sitting on the set of Morning Joe one day talking to my friend and co-host, Mike Barnacle, during a commercial break when a loud, confident voice shot across the studio, interrupting our conversation. "Morning, fellas. I'm innocent of all charges." You have to understand that very few of our guests on the show include a legal plea in their personal introduction, so it didn't take long to figure out who had arrived. Blago was in the building. We'd been expecting him. Former Illinois Governor Rod Blagojevich was there to promote a book, but watching him move across the room, you would have thought he was running for third-floor fire warden in our building. He shook the hand of just about every member of our crew, and those of some confused foreign tourists who wondered why a strange, aggressively enthusiastic man with odd hair was telling them he was innocent of an unspecified crime. Was he part of their NBC tour? After signing a couple of unsolicited autographs, Blago leapt onto the set and launched into what sounded like the dry run of an opening statement for his pending trial. He warned us that a political smear campaign was underway in the great state of Illinois. But this, he assured us, wasn't about one man and his reputation. It was about a perversion of the American justice system. It was about an audacious disregard for the basic principles of fairness right there in the land of Lincoln. Above all, though, it was about his new book, The Governor, available wherever fine books are sold. In less than 60 seconds, Blago's performance already had exceeded our lofty expectations. We at Morning Joe had been steadfast, unapologetic Blago supporters, eschewing the disrespectful term disgraced that the rest of the media always seemed to use to preface his gubernatorial title. We preferred persecuted former governor. Christ-like persecution was a theme Blagojevich had been pushing, and we were happy to indulge the narrative of Blago as martyred religious figure. During our interview, Blagojevich explained that the Illinois state legislature removed him from office in something of a bloodless coup, reversing the will of the people simply because he was trying just a little too hard to bring health care to sweet little children whose families could not afford it. In Blago's telling, his only crime was having a heart too big. For that, he lost his job. We did not ask him to elaborate on this point. Details would have ruined the poetry of his argument. After the interview, during which Blago confessed only to having used some foul language on an FBI wiretap, who among us has not, I mentioned to the former governor that my mother is from Chicago, and my dad from downstate Champaign, Illinois. My father, who covered the city for the Chicago Tribune in the 1970s, had recently come to appreciate Blagojevich's bullshit artistry and charming old-school Chicago alleged corruption. To my surprise, Blago suggested we give my dad a call, at home, right then. "Now?" I asked. Blago assured me he was quite serious. He wanted to talk to my father. I dutifully whipped out my BlackBerry and called my parents' home number. I wasn't quite sure what Blago had in mind, but it really didn't matter. When you're offered an audience with Blago, you don't ask a lot of questions. He's papal in that regard. My mom answered. "Mom, put Dad on the phone. It's important," I said sternly. It was important. She sensed the urgency in my voice and summoned my dad to the telephone. I announced to my old man that the former governor of the great state of Illinois would like a word with him. I couldn't say why. Not because it was confidential, but because I genuinely could not provide a reason why the governor wanted to talk to my father. I handed the phone back to Blago, stepped back, and watched a master at work. Some say Barack Obama is the greatest orator of our time. With due respect, I say he isn't even the best in Chicago. Over the next 2 minutes, Blago performed an uninterrupted monologue that included several declarations of innocence, repeated promises not to let my father down, sincere thanks for his ongoing support during these difficult times, a solemn pledge to keep fighting for my dad and for all the people of Illinois who put him in the office.